So, hello everyone. Our today's topic is machine learning. There are three types of machine learning algorithms. First, supervised, second, unsupervised, and third, reinforcement. In this video, we are studying the supervised versus unsupervised machine learnings. Let's go. Supervised learning. Supervised learning, as the name indicates, has a presence of supervisor as a teacher. Means in this supervised learnings, the data is guided by as a mentor or like a teacher. Supervised learning is when we teach or train the machine using the data that is well labeled, which means some data is already tagged with the correct answer, and after that the machine is provided with a new set of example means a data, so that the supervised learning algorithms analyze the training data and produce a correct output, that is labeled data. We see the image in the PPT or slide. For examples, that is example of supervised learning. For example, the data set image having elephant, camel, and cow would have image tagged with either elephant, camel. Let's explaining the example. Let's say you have fruit basket that you want to identify. The machine will first analyze the image to extract the feature such as its shape, color, and texture. Then it will compare this feature to the feature of fruits. It's already learned about that, the machine. If the new image features are most similar to those of an apples, or the machine will predict the fruit is an apples. There are two types of supervised learning. First is regression and second is classification. Let's see. Regression is the type of supervised learning that is used to predict the continuous value such as house price, stock price, and customer churn. And some algorithms is include linear regression, polymer regression, ridge regression. We see later in detail. Classification. It is also type of unsupervised learning that is used to predict the categorical values such as whether the customer is will churn or not, email is spam or not, whether the medical image show a tumor or not. There are also include some algorithms, logistic regression, support vector machine. Now we see the unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning is a type of machine learning that work with the data that has a no label or unlabeled categorical data. In this approach, the machine analyzes the uncategorized information and groups it based on the similarities and patterns or differences. Unlike a supervised learning, there is no teacher or training is involved. The machine must uncover the hidden structure in the data on its own. For example, we see the image of unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning can analyze the animal data and group of animals by their traits and behavior. The group could correspond to their different species, make it possible to organize the animal without its pre-existing labels or not. We see in the image. Let explaining the example. Imagine you have machine learning model that is trained on large data set. It is a large data set. It is unlabeled images containing both dogs and cats. The model has never seen image of a dog or cat before it, and it no pre-existing labels or categorical for these animals. Your task is to use unsupervised learning to identify the dog and cat in a new image, an unseen image. Support, suppose it is given an image having both dog and cat, in which it can never see. The machine has no idea about the features of dogs and cats, and we can't categorize it. It is dog and cats, but it can categorize them according to similarities and patterns and differences. That is, means we can easily categorize the above picture into two parts. First, may contain the all pics of dogs in them, and in a second part may contain the all pics of cat in them, having did not learn anything before, which means no training or data. There are two types of unsupervised learning: clustering and association. Clustering is a where you want to discover the inherent groupings in the data. Means the data is inherits means the parent-child relationships in there in the clusterings, in the clustering. And second is association. Association is problem where you want to discover the rules that describe on large portion of your data, such as people pay X and tends to Y, means the relationships means we see in details in the another video. There are also including some algorithms like k-means clustering, hierarchical clustering. In association is happy growth algorithms and eCalt algorithm. We see in later in another video. Now we see the difference between the supervised and supervised learning. Let's see difference between the unsupervised and supervised learnings. In supervised, the input data is in label formats, means the in proper way and structure, and in unsupervised it is unlabeled format, means the data is unlabeled and unstructured. The training process in supervised it is input data and ground truth labels. Model can receive, means the model can receive both input data and ground truth labels, and in unsupervised it's only receive only input data, not both. General purpose of supervised is predict and outcomes, means we can predict using the supervised learnings the uh, means we can predict some fraud detection or analyze, we can predict them the value price of gold, just a real world example. And in unsupervised it is we can gain insight from the data, means from the data is already existing, we gain it, not predict. In unsupervised computational complexity, in supervised it is less, means the complexity of the prediction is it is less, and gaining the data insight it is more. And time complexity more time consuming in supervised, and unsupervised is less time consuming, means the time required is less in unsupervised and more in supervised learning. And performance in performance the supervised learning is more accurate than unsupervised, means the performance of predictions is more accurate, means small something's value can different, it is more accurate in supervised, and in unsupervised it is less accurate. And number of classes means it is in advance, known in advance, and it is unsupervised it is unknown in advance. Result is arbitrary, it means this one means there are some branches or two or three different answer can give it at a times in unsupervised, so it is complex. So how was today's video? Let's comment in the video descriptions. Thank you guys. Goodbye.